In this video, I will talk about how to modify the top menu here, which is also the mobile menu used in the premium Parallax for Writers theme offered and installed by GoCreate.me. To modify the menu, you'll need to log in to your dashboard. And from here, you can go to Appearance, Menus. As part of my custom installation for your theme, I will set at least one menu, the main menu that appears at the top. So if I open this in a separate tab, this menu here. So right now you got My Books and About. This is the menu here. Depending on what your needs are, you may want to put a menu in the footer in this widget here. There's a separate video that talks about that. And if that's the case, you could create a new menu. So I can pretend to create a new menu right now. I'm just going to give it a name, third menu, and I'm going to create it. And then this menu is now available. Obviously, there's nothing in it. But on the left here, you will see if you collapse or open these sections, pages, posts, books, promos, custom links. Custom links are basically a wild card if you want to send people to Google for some weird reason, or perhaps your publishing house or your co-author and you want to put that in the navigation menu somewhere. I'm just going to say Bob's website. And then you can add that to the menu. Because it's a custom link, I'm actually going to make this one open in a separate tab because I'm sending people away from my site. So this is a neat little feature here. In case you end up putting a menu element that goes elsewhere, this is how I would recommend you do that. And if you don't see this option, this is what triggers that option. And these are the things that should appear by default here, but if you're missing some, this is how you go about making them appear. So I'm just going to delete that for now so I can just reopen that, remove. So normally, I'm just going to go back to, okay, I'm going to save my fake menu. I'm going to go back to my main menu. So it's always important to first select the correct menu. The main menu will have primary menu selected, and that is what makes it appear here. And it's the same menu that works on mobile as well. You may want to have your home page. Technically, people can click on your pen name and that takes them back to the home page. But if you want to have something else that says home, you can do that as well. So I've got my home page. I'm just going to add to menu and I'm going to drag it first. Maybe I don't want to say home page. Maybe I just want to say home. So you can change that here. That is not changing the title of your page. That is just changing what the menu says. So I got home, My Books, About. So let's say My Books here could be my book series, depending on what your setup is. So maybe this is, I'm going to change it to series 1. You would obviously use your real series name, but I don't know what it is. And then below that, I'm going to select, let's say, these 2 books are part of this series. By default, when I do this, the menu items appear at the very bottom of what I have, but you can drag and drop and notice how you can indent components. So if I indent it just below it and like this, and you can collapse that if that makes it easier. I'm going to save my menu. And now when I refresh, you see what happens. So they're children of series 1. So maybe I want to, I've already got, I think, my other series. I'm just going to add that to the menu. And I'm going to move that above my About page. But I don't want to put it here because it's not a sub-series of that. I'm putting it here. And then I'm picking my books in that series as well. So maybe I've got 3 in this one. And I'm moving them here. Indenting them. Just 1. Like that. And then when I refresh, I got my first series with the 2 books, second series with the 3 books. So this is how I would probably recommend it for most people. And then if it gets too crazy, then talk to me. We can see if we can come up with a 3rd level. But I think this is probably ideal. And maybe on the homepage, what you can do is create a slide that would take people directly to the series here. Like, for example, this series could technically take people there. I could have another series slide that would take people to this page here. That's something that you can do. This is my series page, and then it takes people to the books. So this is basically all you need to do about, if you've got a promo, I guess you could put that in your menu. And then maybe say limited time. But don't go too crazy with your menu because you'll see there's a problem at some point where things start getting crowded. So if that's your case where it's getting crowded and let's say your pen name is super long and now it's reaching, this is breaking into 2 lines, then I would not do that. I would probably maybe move the About down to the footer, like you've got room to put stuff here. So keep your menu limited to the stuff that's important. So I would not necessarily put a promo in here. Maybe this is just a secret link that you share with people and they go directly to the URL as opposed to having it as part of your navigation menu. But now you know how to go about moving things around. So you drag and drop. If you want to remove something, you can just remove. This is what happens to the menu if it gets too long. So you don't want to do that. And because I lost, if I go back to my menu here, you'll see. So if you delete a page or if you go in here and there's something red, it's because the page has been deleted. It's invalid and it's telling you. So the thing to do then is to delete that. And then I'm just going to rearrange my menu. In this case here, I can delete that because really I've only got 3 books. I'm going to delete that and then move that book under here. Save my menu. And then when I refresh, my menu is now back to normal like this here. And if I click on this page, this is a real page. So hopefully this explains everything that you needed to do with your menu. If you were playing with your widget, you can look at the footer video for more information about that. But as part of your footer widget, you could put a menu in here. So if I go to navigation menu and then I say put it in the footer, and then you will see here it allows you to pick a menu. So I showed you early on in this video how to create the menu. So if I do new menu, and I believe there is nothing in that menu, so I've added it to the footer. Now let me add a page to it. So I'm going to select it here, third menu, select. So I'm just going to say my sci-fi series is added there, and then maybe my email whitelist instruction. I don't care. Save menu. And when I refresh, it's going to appear right here. So this is now my new menu that I've put here. Did not affect the menu at the top.